Hello, it's Daddy. Ready to sleep? Have you brushed your teeth? Have you gone to the toilet? Have you done your bed? Have you got your blankie or your stuffed toys? Okay, come on. Let us get into bed and then Daddy will read you a story. Alright. Today, we will read about a friend like Simon. Hi, my name is Matthew, and I would like to tell you a story about a friend of mine. His name is Simon. Simon joined my school last year, and I remember his first day very well indeed. When I arrived at the door of my classroom, Simon was standing outside with his mum. Hi, I'm Matthew, I said. Simon's mum gave me a big smile. It's nice to meet you, Matthew, she said. Simon, would you like to say hello too, Matthew? She asked. But Simon just turned away and looked at the ground. Our teacher told us that Simon would be joining our class that year. He would take part in most of our lessons, but sometimes he would get help with his work from a special teacher too. I thought Simon would like our school a lot. It really is a great school, apart from just one thing, a girl named Hetty, or Horrible Hetty as I like to call her. Hetty was always pushing her way to the front of the queue at lunch. I'm next, she'll say when it was someone else's turn, and then she would make a horrible mean face. Every day after we ate our lunch, my friends and I would go to the schoolyard and make up new fun games to play. On Simon's first day, I asked him if he wanted to join in, but Simon seemed to like being on his own. As time went by, I noticed how Simon acted a little differently from the other boys and girls in my class. Sometimes he would get upset about something small, like someone bumping into him by accident. No one could understand why or even what he was upset about. Simon always liked to arrange the books and pencils on his desk in the same way every day. He didn't like it very much when anything changed at all. Sometimes he would get upset about things like the school bell ringing or having to move seats. Because Simon was a little different from my other friends, I soon stopped asking him to take part in games, and sometimes I got annoyed if teacher tried to get him to join in. I wasn't sure if I wanted to have a friend like Simon. When the time came for the big school trip to the fun fair, all the boys and girls had to pair up and find someone to sit with on the bus. Why don't you and Simon pair together today? Asked our teacher. So Simon and I sat together on the way to the fun fair. Simon took out his sandwiches. Do you like sandwiches? I asked him. Do you like sandwiches? He repeated. And then he handed me his lunchbox to share them with me. Thanks, Simon, I said. But Simon was busy looking out the window. Later that day, while Simon and I were waiting in the queue for our ice cream, Horrible Hetty marched over to the ice cream van. I'm next, she said in a mean voice. Just as Horrible Hetty was starting to push her way in front of us to the top of the queue, Simon suddenly shouted, No! Very loudly indeed. Hetty got such a fright, her pigtails flew up in the air, and she quickly turned around and ran off. Thanks, Simon, I said. Thanks, Simon, he replied, looking up at the lights of the big Ferris wheel. From that day onwards, I always made sure to ask Simon if he wanted to have lunch with me or play a game during break time. Some days he would join in, but in other days he just wanted to be on his own, which was okay too. The other boys and girls in school soon learned that even though sometimes Simon acted a little different from us, or didn't have a lot to say, he was just the same as everyone else in school. Simon helped me to see that leaving someone out because they are different is something that only a Horrible Hetty would do. He also showed me that just how great it is to have a friend like Simon. Do you have a friend like Simon? So, how did you enjoy the book? I think that is a pretty good book. Make friends with the people that you're in school with, whoever they are, whatever they are. Friends are friends, because we are in it for many, many years, and it's always good to get along with everyone. Bullying is not a good thing, because people don't like you, and they haven't learned how to play, and that's why they behave in such an obnoxious way. Alright, take care and good night.